Hello, my friend. Welcome to my timeline. Happy full moon. I'm so excited to be here. I've been thinking, we're just going to dive right in today. I do hope you're well. But I've been thinking today about what full moons mean to me and what I've been experiencing over the last kind of couple days while we're getting into this stage of the moon cycle. And I've been thinking a lot about January. I've been thinking a lot about upcoming changes in my life and actually kind of preparing best you can for certain shifts and changes to happen in a way that feels good and not so sudden. And so I think of tower moments. And if you're familiar with the tarot, you'll have an idea of what the tower represents in your world. But if you're not familiar, it's the card where there is a literal tower with two people in it. There's a lightning strike that comes in, and the two people are falling out of the tower. And typically, it represents um, a moment in time where you break free of the foundation that's holding you. And it can be a material moment where we're going to scratch that thought. I'm not feeling called to continue down this path of explaining the card because I'm still new to learning the tarot, but we'll circle back. So full moon. I've been thinking a lot about trying to incorporate changes that feel good, but prepping for them in the future as opposed to just having these changes come really quickly or trying to make decisions in a flash based out of anger, frustration, or things just like not quite working in my world. I'm trying to catch the lessons before they reach the culmination, if that makes sense. I'm trying my best to say, okay, there's these little moments in my life where I'm noticing patterns emerging and challenges that need to be overcome. And in order to do that, change needs to be made. And so, how can I be proactive in those changes in order to not have a tower moment or like have the universe be like, girl, we're changing this right now. It's sudden, it's unexpected ish. Um, and I'm just thinking about kind of what needs to shift in my world. And so the cool thing about the full moon time is that it often is associated with things becoming clear. So you set your intentions during the new moon, things are dark, you really don't know what's happening. Like you plant the seeds and you're hoping for the best. And then as the moon, moves through the cycle, you start to tend to those seeds, and you start to say, oh, this one's probably not gonna work. You trim it, you pull it out, and then there's ones that you're like, this has some real potential. So you put forth the effort to seeing that grow, and then you get to the full moon. You get to the full moon, and you often get little insights or little bits of clarity because it's big, it's bright, there's so much going on. And so that's what it kind of feels like. It feels like things are becoming clear. Now, there's the monthly cycle, right? But there's the other cool thing about new moons and full moons is that they also work on a 6-month cycle. So we're at a full moon in Taurus, but there is a new moon in Taurus that was 6 months ago. And so you're also seeing the culmination of what you planted 6 months ago come in. And if you're thinking, whoa, that's just like so much, like, what are you talking about? I know it's kind of a lot, right? But it's kind of cool to think about how you have these opportunities every month, but then in the grander scheme, you have these 6 month cycles, and you have this opportunity to look back and see what was going on in your world 6 months ago. And if you are somebody who sets intentions, you get to see what intentions that you set and then get some clarity moving forward. Like you get some clarity during the full moon in order to like see what came to fruition. And now in typical Jess fashion, like I didn't come prepared. So I'd love to I I don't do this practice enough. But again, that's why we're here, right? We're doing the research, but I'd love to go back in my journals, find when find the new moon in Taurus and like see what was going on in my world so that I can see if the themes are very similar. So I'm going to do that and I'm going to report back tomorrow because the thing I think that a lot of people get caught up in when we talk about astrology, especially if you're somebody who doesn't necessarily believe it, we get caught up thinking this certainly can't be true. But I like to think about it in terms of like themes more than anything. I don't believe it's fatalistic. I believe that we have free will, we have choice. I believe that there are cycles that are happening, and we do have this unique blueprint from the arrangement of the stars. And because of that, we have certain themes and cycles that are going to happen in our life. But what we do with that is all on us, right? So yeah, I think it'll be an interesting experience and experiment for me to actually go back. I have my journal right here. So I'm gonna take a look through to see if I can dig up some information about what was happening. And then I'll reflect upon the last 6 months and see if that theme has come up and if what I'm feeling right now is the clarity of the intentions or the seeds, or if it's connecting in with that that new moon. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So stay tuned. My question for you, if you're still here, what have you noticed clarity on over the past couple of days, if anything? And also, in your world, you know how there's like those, you know how people will say, like, oh, the hospitals get busy, or dogs go a little bit crazy, or children don't sleep during full moons. Like, we hear a lot about the, like, there's energy, there's a lot more energy and a lot more things tend to happen. And I'm wondering if you've noticed that in your world and if there's any examples that you'd be willing to share if you're feeling brave. Because I always love to hear about when the astrology works. It's always great to get that little confirmation of like, you know, I hear I've had nurse friends of mine, and they're like, the hospitals just get crazy during full moons. That's how they know. Like, it's busy, it's wild, weird things happen, and it's something that does occur in that landscape. So yeah, does it occur in your world? Let us know. Have a beautiful rest of your day wherever you are, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.